What's going on? Born for Sports. Salute to New York Met Nation out there. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and that like button. The Born for Sports. Well, this is the New York Mets live stream and wild card division race talk. I figured it was a good time to check in on Met Nation, and we're gonna get into a lot today. And I'm gonna warn y'all, it ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be pretty. It's gonna be nothing but unfiltered truth today. And I got my guy Ramon joining me, as always, a good friend of the show coming through to stop by. What's going on, Ramon? How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, but this team got me feeling, man, like, yeah, like, I don't even know. Shocked isn't the right word. Just,
right,
man, like, from the highs that we reached just, earlier this regular season to where we are now, it's just like, man, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, really. Like that's what this season is. Holy crap.
It is kind of shocking about what's going on because listen, when we were here, when we were last did our show, I mean, we were in a good spot. We was thinking, hey, we about to take off. Trade deadline just happened, and then boom, it just fell on the bottom. And it's been like a little pattern that started before the trade deadline that we figured would be over by now, but it's been a free fall. And first of all, before we even continue, I got our guy Jose wanted to come through, my fellow Section 330 crew, brother. What's going on, brother?
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you, brother.
Here we go.
There we
go.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, brother?
Nothing. I just wanted to say something very quickly before I head back to work here. It's just been the last couple of months has just been very disappointing for this ball club.
Yeah.
The lack of clutch hitting, the pitchers can't go more than 5 innings. The bullpen has been overworked. Not to mention, we brought in a closer to be our setup man, our bridge to Diaz, and he's been very disappointing. I don't know how this team is still hanging on to a playoff spot is beyond me. But they have a month to figure this out before it's going to be, heads are going to roll this offseason if they don't either make the playoffs or make a deep playoff run.
Agreed.
I definitely agree with you, bro, because if they don't get it together, this core is going to be getting a shakeup because this core has been together for a while. They're taking their shots, and they came up short. Last year, they came up short. That was probably the pinnacle of this core has been done. But, hey, they better get it together because, hello, we got some guys on the long-term contract that we need better from, bro.
And at first, I thought because of, how Met fans are on social media, bringing up Sproat and bringing up
McLean. McLean.
And bringing both of them up. At first, I thought, okay, well, it's not, it's just Met fans complaining. But if you would have brought these guys up sooner, maybe this solves like 90% of the problems in your rotation.
No doubt about it.
I thought this as soon as Senga and Griffin Canning went down, and those guys were showing how well they were doing in AAA, I was like, why not bring them up? So even if you're going to send them back down, at least they have some seasoning in case this happens again. And then they were like, you know what, we can count on those kids. Or they could do what McLean is doing right now, and you're like, all right, we don't need Canning Griffin next year, maybe. Maybe Senga's a number 3 instead of a number 1 or number 2. We're not putting all that on him because we have Peterson leading the rotation right now. And then all you need is somebody to back him up right now because we have no one.
Exactly.
No one backing him up.
Absolutely nobody. And you know what? It's kind of like, back in 06 with John Maine. John Maine gets called up. He gets his cup of coffee throughout the season. He gets called up again. He's pretty solid. When the postseason came around, he was just like lights out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like he was prepared for that moment.
That whole 2015 pitching staff, with the exception of Harvey, because Harvey was the star. Everyone was concentrating on him.
Everyone came up.
Yeah, DeGrom. Matz was even freaking amazing then. You know,
I mean, we brought up Noah that year. We brought up Max. Harvey was already here. DeGrom was already here.
Yeah.
We added those pieces into the rotation. The team took off. Stearns, I'm telling you right now, Stearns, the only reason why Stearns didn't bring these guys up because he's thinking about the baseball control economics of the player control and their years and shit like that, and the arbitration down the road. That's the only reason. There was absolutely no point in running that bum ass Montaz, okay, when he couldn't even get it out.
Blackburn.
You know, Blackburn bum ass. I mean, why are we bringing these guys into the rotation? And we know that even with McGill's pattern is when McGill is out. He starts off good, and then as innings go by, he starts to fade, and he's cooked. So what was the plan? Did y'all really think we were just gonna patch it together? Eventually, you gotta find the guy.
You have to find them. But real quick because I have to get back to work here. You know what I mean? Like, I work here in Philadelphia. It's, they're getting a little too cocky out here. And
what else is new about Philadelphia sports, right?
Exactly. But my thing is that I want to just like be on a train and then just hear the train after a game quiet.
You got to put that on film. Remember, you got to film that one.
Zach Wheeler just
if you don't get in trouble at work, bro, you got to film that.
Exactly. I'll try. But
Zach Wheeler just had major surgery on his shoulder.
Yeah, I don't think
this
year.
That's a huge loss for them. Huge loss, because you always need a number one going, or at least like a 2A to go into the playoffs. Yeah, they have Suarez and they have some of those younger kids, but that's not Zach Wheeler. So that could be a huge loss for them.
That's going to be a huge loss for them. But anyway, guys, good talking to you for the brief moment. I'll see you guys later. Have a good
one, baby. And Jose, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have to do that 3:30 crew. Oh, he left. We'll be doing a 3:30 crew live season preview next week as well. But shout out to Jose checking in, my fellow Section 330 crew member, my fellow brother. He cool with us as always, Ramon, always checking in. But let's get to the chat real quick. Josh in the chat reacted to what we talk about. He agrees and says Sturm just is too methodical. We want to win now, though. Yes.
Like, I get what he's trying to do. Like, he's trying to build something out. But for a team, I'm tired of talking about the 86 team. I'm tired of talking about the 06 team like they won something. I'm tired of talking about the 2015 team like they won something. The would-have, should-have, could-haves. Right. Like, I'm tired of talking about the 2000 team, even though I love that team, like they won something. Like, I want to win something. Like, I'm tired.
It's time. It's time. And honestly, it's not even just about us fans. This core you got to start winning it. You got to start. You can't keep running back the same core if they're going to keep coming up short. Now, listen, Brandon Nimmo, McNeil, okay, Alonso, of course, Lindor to a certain extent, but Lindor's going to be here, okay, and he's proven himself. Peter's proven himself, but he's got a contract to get. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys like McNeil, Nimmo. These guys, you gotta win something with these guys. They have been the main guys of this core since what, 2018, 2019 or whatever.
Yeah, about
sooner or later you gotta look at that. You know what I mean? And Stearns, listen, last year he came in, he didn't make a lot of moves that was sexy, but he made the right moves. And I just think in the anatomy of what he's done this year, everything that he did, which was on his brainiac analytical shit, have been great last year. It all fell in place. But as good as his moves were last year in those ways, have been brutal year 2. And it is what it is. You gotta cover every box. You gotta have every box checked as a general manager for what if. Okay, let's analyze it. Let's analyze it real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go into his moves here. 1 second. As we talk about, let's just talk about these moves right now. Okay, besides signing Soto, his third offseason acquisition have been a disaster. You gotta look at Montas. He's been garbage. Blackburn brought back. I'm still, you know what? Let's focus on Montas for a second. I don't know what intel this fucking guy got from Milwaukee about how good he looked and how he turned the corner with him in the Brewers last year. But they sold him a bill of goods, and he got the Trojan horse treatment, baby. They must have been pissed off that he left them for the Mets, and then we eliminated them in the first round last year. So they screwed him. He really went with his contacts in Milwaukee and thought that this fucking guy was going to be good here. He sucks. He fucking blows. He's got the straightest fastball of 97 miles an hour I've ever seen. It's straight. There's no movement. It's the same old, same old. I'm sorry. Your pitching lab can't fix everyone. To give this fucking guy $17 million a year for that trash, that is on you. Jesse Winker, hey, had a good year, a good, nice little run with us last year. Where has he been? He's been a disaster. He's played 20 games? He still can't get on the field. Okay, he still can't get on the field. He was supposed to be our left-handed power-hitting DH/outfielder. What has he been? Where has he been? Canning, to be fair, he got injured. Okay, he got injured. He was having a solid year. But let's not ignore the fact that he was showing signs of going the other way before he got injured. Okay? Sooner or later, the expiration date comes on that kind of a start. Okay? Teams figure you out, and you got to have those boxes checked just in case. You know what I mean? You can't survive like that all the time, man. What do you think about that, bro?
Agree with all of that, what you said. Montas. And who did Milwaukee end up signing this offseason? Who Jose Quintana? He was with us last year.
The guy that we had.
That we had that was pitching his ass off for us last year in the playoffs and pitched some of his best games of his life.
Right.
So we took their garbage and they took our treasure, and look at them. They have the best record in the freaking. Not saying that would have happened with us if we signed him, but that's another plus arm that you have instead of someone who hasn't pitched the whole year, and now he's come to us and his ERA is like 6.7 right now.
It's ridiculous.
I may be off with his ERA, but still it's high. It's high.
Yeah.
And he's not giving us nothing. Shit, you know what? I could take a 5 ERA if he's going to pitch 7 innings, but he's only pitching about 3 or 4 innings.
Yep.
So it's like, you're not doing us anything, dude. You're not doing us any favors. And then some of the other signings, like you said. And to add to some of them, Siri. He got hurt in the beginning of the season. That was such a waste of money.
It's almost like I forgot he was on the team.
and the other dude, the utility guy, Mangrill. Mangrill. We could have still had Jose Iglesias in here with his ONG sign, with the vibes and everything. Because I think that's another thing that happened. The vibes.
And if you're going to do that, sorry to cut you off, but if you're going to do that, then can I get Acuna to be the guy? Because all we're doing is sending them back and forth. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, man?
Absolutely agree.
It's ridiculous, man.
And with the pitching, it's like, okay, you have these young guys that are down there, and you think that they're going to be studs.
Yeah.
If you don't think they're ready this year, then you sign pitchers that you think that are going to be good. Analytically speaking, sometimes you got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You got to go with your gut, not with the analytics sometimes. Because Montas has never shown me anything in his career that he was going to be a great pitcher. Montez has never shown me anything that he was going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, what would have changed now?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Hefner is a freaking genius, like what he's done with some of these pitchers, you know. But like you said, you can't fix everyone.
You can't fix everybody, man. Sooner or later, the expiration date comes, and at 12 o'clock, hey, they turn back to the pumpkin and Cinderella, okay?
Yeah.
You got to have every box checked. So if you got to be prepared that if this guy who has a track record of not being a good major league pitcher doesn't do well enough for a whole season, then boom, I'm going to go out and bring one of the kids up and have them ready to go.
Yeah.
Not McGill, okay? Not freaking Blackburn. Get out of here with that garbage. This guy, Blackburn sucks. What did he see last year that he thought he was good?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, and the thing with McGill is, like you said, numerous amount of times, McGill is one of those players, he'll give you maybe 2-3 good starts in a row, and then he'll shit the bed for 5 starts in a row. And it's like, who are we going to get? Like, what McGill are we going to get? Like, what's the real McGill? And, like, right now, he's had 2 starts in AAA, and he looked dominant right now.
Right.
You know? So, like, when we bring him up, and I guarantee you what's going to happen. We're going to bring him up. That very first start, he's going to go 7 innings, probably give up 2 hits, no runs, and we're going to be like, you motherfucker. You know, like, shit. like, who are you? You know, like, what are you? You know, like, because I work, you know, in the industry, I've gotten to meet a lot of these guys. I've met him. He's such an awesome guy. He's so awesome. He's easy to root for. He's a good kid. Like, you want to root for him. You want him to be, you know, if not an ace, at least a number 2, you know, so he can show what he has, because he has the goods. But then you're like, gosh, you know, God damn it, McGill, you know?
Yeah.
Because he has those innings. Because
you know how I feel about McGill.
Yeah, no, I know. And you know what? And you know how it is with him. It's always that one inning. It's
Every
not
time.
a whole game. It's
Every
never
time.
a whole game. It's always that one inning. And it's always about the 4th or 5th inning when he's like dominant. And then it's like the wheels fall off. And you're like,
what the hell, man? Like,
what just happened, dude? You look like Cy Young, and now you look like Anthony Young.
Mike Pelfrey 2.0. Every time, bro.
Rest in peace, Anthony Young.
Yes, rest in peace to him. Let's get to the chat. Josh says, yeah, Montas is going to go down as a what the fuck for years. Yeah, man, like, and when we signed him, I said, you know what? We got to give the guy a shot. You know what I mean? We got to give the guy a shot because of what we did last year with this pitching lab. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that I'm going to count on. And even I could see that. So you really gave this guy $17 million, like $17 million. You had to give him that. You had to give him that because, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason why he ain't DFA'd is because of that $17 million a year. Okay, The guy is garbage. I have never seen a fastball so straight. I think I can hit a 97-mile-an-hour fastball from him because it has no movement. It's just straight. Like, dude, sooner or later, this is why he can't go past the one time in the order, because sooner or later the hitters are going to time his shit. You know what I mean? He has no command of his slider. I mean, everyone knows this. Stearns because he outkicked his coverage last year. He thought he could turn poop into gold, and it backfired on him.
Yeah,
and you know, I understand injuries happen. Like Canning, for example, I understand injuries happen and you get put in a tough spot, but you got to have those boxes checked. You just got to. You got to do it, man, especially when we have the kind of young pitching prospects that every team around the league wants to trade from us when we want to make a trade. So if they know what we got, why you can't bring them up? Oh, no, because I got to think about the future. Listen, man, we need to win, okay? Steve Cohen challenged every Met fan in a passive aggressive way, I might add. I spent the money. I got you on Soto. I need you guys to come out every day and sell these tickets out.
They've been showing up.
And they have been showing up. So don't tell us don't show us that when we step up to the plate, and then you want to play this, you know, this small market bullshit. You know what I mean? Like and making moves like that. They should. Now, to be fair, there wasn't a lot on the pitching market, But you know what? In the offseason that just passed, as you can see, what's the guy that went to Arizona that got hurt and injured? Thank God we didn't sign him. The former Brewer.
Yeah, and Baltimore also. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Who Stearns I might add, Stearns drafted. They didn't go after him. So be it. But there was other players they could have gotten, okay, that was better than Frankie Montas. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't go with that. I'd rather just, we were talking about in spring training. Give me Brandon Sproat. Fuck it. Let these young guys just take that. I'd rather run with that with the upside, man. I'd rather do that. And look what McLean is doing, which we will get to in a second. Let's go back to the chat. Josh says, not to mention Siri. Yes, we talked about that. He says Holmes and Soto have been the only good moves. And it's true. I'll say Holmes has been solid. I'll say that. I'm not going to say he's been great because what I'm going to talk about today is why I'm only going to give him a solid grade. And I'm not even mad at Holmes because you know what? It was a transition for him being a bullpen guy to a starter. So again, it goes down to boxes checked. Boxes checked. Everyone knew that Holmes is not going to go out there and throw 200 innings, man. Okay? Yep. Sooner or later, the man's going to run out of gas. He can't go 5 innings.
And honestly,
that's the 5th inning.
And honestly, he should have been like that. Shouldn't have been put on him. You know what I'm saying? He should have been our 5th starter, if at most. Honestly,
absolutely.
Like seriously, because that should not have been put on him. Because, like you said, he's just coming back from being a reliever to being a starter again, from probably since like the beginning of his career.
Exactly.
The arm strength needs to build up. So this was the year that he's the 5th starter. He gives you 5 1/3 innings, and then the bullpen does the rest. That's because your number 1, your number 2, your number 3 are going at least 7, 8 innings.
Right. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, you can't expect a guy to make that transition all in 1 year and just be a bulldog. Okay, sooner or later, you got to plan for that. So at the end of the day, I think he felt like we could just patch it together.
Yeah.
And that's not enough. No. Gotta check boxes.
Yep.
You gotta have the what if plan in place. You got to, man. And I just feel like he tried to just patch this thing together sooner or later. And well, you know what? Maybe if I feel like it, I'll bring the kids up later. Well, why put all that pressure throwing the kids out there in a pennant race, okay, or in this wild card race also, okay, without having that experience of knowing what it takes to be a major leaguer and do it. So that way they're ready. You know what I mean? Now we got to hope these guys are ready out the gate, and because that's where we're at right now. And
when Senga and Cannon went down.
This fucking Senga. We're going to talk about his ass.
We were in first place and literally 20 games above 500. 20 mother games over. That is the perfect time when you should have brought these kids up.
Absolutely.
We had a 9-game lead on Philadelphia. 20 games over 500. That would have been the perfect time because, yes, okay, there's pressure to win, but there wasn't just as much pressure as there is now. Now we got to hold off Cincinnati while still trying to catch Philadelphia.
Right. Exactly. I mean, and it's like, again, why wait now? Because he's thinking more about, I just want to make sure that these guys are under team control for another 2 years. And I get there is an element to that is his job, but we can't forget about this year. You got to go out there and put the best possible baseball team out there for our fan base and for this New York Mets franchise to get wins. Okay, we deserve that. Okay, not your little moves, especially when these were self-inflicted wounds, dude. You made the decisions to move on from the guys that were here last year that did put that thing together, like you mentioned, Iglesias, like Severino, Quintana. You made those decisions, and
JD Martinez.
You made those decisions, bro. So you gotta have that. You gotta wear it. You can't just say, "Oh, if it happens this year, it happens. Screw it. We'll be all right. We had a good year last year." This is not the Milwaukee Brewers, dude. This is the New York metropolitan fan base. We want wins. We want to win. We're not into putting years away. Okay, we're not into that. We don't accept that out here. This is the New York market, which you should know, David Stern, because this is where you're from.
We had enough of that. And he should know, being a Met fan, we had enough of that with the freaking Wilpons.
Exactly.
Like, say what you want about the double days, about the trash that they, the money they spend, but at least they spent money. They try to win.
Yeah.
Then we had to deal with 25 years of the Wilpons. Dude, you know that. You've seen it.
Exactly.
I'm tired of shopping at the bargain bin.
Yeah.
No more. We just proved that we got 10 years, $340 million for the premier shortstop in baseball. And then we got the premier young slugger in baseball, 15 years, $750 million. Why are we penny pitching with the fucking pitching?
Yeah.
Why?
Nah, it shouldn't have to be that way. And if you're going to sell us on that, then you know what? Coming out of spring training, Brandon Sproat and McLean should have been in the rotation. If you would have sold me on that, like, hey, we think our kids are ready right now. This is why we went this direction. We think they're ready now. This is why we believe in this talent here, and we're going to let them develop, and we're going to see what happens. And we should have enough. And by the end of the year, when it counts, everything should be in place. Bro, I'm all in on that. I would have said, you know what? At least he's showing me he has a plan. Not let me just donate money to a couple of fucking garbage bin fucking pitchers and just say, hey, let's just see what happens. No. Screw that. That doesn't show me that he was serious this year. Okay. He just it's either that or he just felt he was feeling himself because of everything that worked last year. And it's got to be one of the two. Okay. Yeah. It can't be that. So now he's got to hope that these guys, when they do come up now, McLean, which I love, right, to seeing what he's doing, and possibly Sproat might come up tomorrow. We'll see. But let's see if they're ready to handle this kind of a pennant race like that, because they're getting thrown in the fire right away.
Yep.
Let's get to the chat. Justin Lewis checking in. What's up, Justin? Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you ain't already subscribed, my brother. He says he's trash. I still to this day not understanding that signing. Speaking on Montas. Yeah, man, he's a fucking bum, bro. The dude is Garbo, bro. Garbo. He was Garbo with the Yankees. He was Garbo with the Bruins. He had a couple of decent years with Oakland, but then he, pumpkin. Simple. It is what it is. This guy is garbage, bro. But no, Milwaukee Brewers, his little contacts in Milwaukee, they Trojan horsed him, bro. They Trojan horsed him. That's what happened. They Trojan horsed him. They said, we'll take Quintana. Just take Montas. He's better. Don't worry. We see something different in him when he got over here. He's going to be so good in your little pitching lab, and they got him. He got. That's what happened.
Yeah.
He got. Justin also says, I'll put McGill in the pen. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I think McGill will be a nice
or a spot starter. I'm not sure.
I don't care. Spot start. I can handle a spot start. I can handle that.
Yeah, there's 8 games in a row. The pitchers are tired. The bullpen is tired. You just need to throw somebody out there. He's the type of guy. Like, he'll go out there. He'll give you 5-6 innings. And long reliever. Like you said, bullpen. Perfect. For like when those times that Montas does get, he better not start again, but those times that Montas does get blown up, you could put McGill in there.
Yeah. And I'm going to just speak on it, man. And this is this segment, the unfiltered truth, man. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to get into everything else. But the Mets don't deserve to make the playoffs the way they have played soft for 2.5 months, man. I'm going to be honest with you. They don't deserve it right now, this moment. Now, there's still time that they can earn it. But right now, they don't deserve to be a playoff team the way they played the last 2.5 months. Okay, because it feels like the players just kind of coasting, thinking, hey, we'll get in regardless. It don't matter. We'll just coast in and kind of, like NBA teams do sometimes. When the season's a little long, they're like, you know what? Just let's just get to the playoffs. We'll be fine in the second half. No, you gotta earn it, and I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the answers I'm getting after the games from the manager is gonna say what he's gonna have to say. Okay, he's not gonna disrespect his players. That's just the way managers do things nowadays. Okay, it isn't just him. You know, Aaron Boone, he drives the Yankee fans crazy with his answers. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it goes. But you know, I don't like when I hear from the players in the locker room the same old, same old. Even Lindor's message to the media is getting kind of tired, and I'm just like, let's go. Now he's starting to get going now, so I won't go there. But you know, I just feel like when you play this way, okay, look at this number here, and this is ridiculous. Okay, this is ridiculous. Since June 13th, the Mets have a 22-35 record, which is 5th lowest in baseball. What's today's date, Ramon?
It is August 23rd.
I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where's the heart? Do you want to make the playoffs, fellas?
More than 2 months. And since the All-Star break, I think they have the 3rd worst record in the league.
Absolutely do.
The Colorado Rockies have a better record than the New York Mets since the All-Star break. Let that sink in.
I mean, it's utterly ridiculous, man. It's utterly ridiculous. Like, there is no excuse for this shit. None. I mean, we got to be better than that, man. We got to be better than that. We're gonna focus on the reasons and the whys, but before I get to here we go. Justin says also, I want to get your comment in. He seems like with the hitters slump, they slump at the same time. Yeah. That is mad.
They all slump, and just one is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because that's what's happened all year. Pete carried the offense in the beginning. Nobody was doing shit. Then Lindor got hot. Then Soto got hot. Nobody was doing shit. Lindor got hot. Nobody was doing shit. Nimmo got hot. No one was doing shit. And now Lindor is getting hot again. And you see some of the guys. Soto is doing a little bit better. McNeil looks like McNeil from a few years ago. Pete is getting on. And now the offense looks like it might be doing a little bit better. But yeah, he's absolutely right. They're all like, we can't just get all, like, at least 2 of them to play well together. It hasn't been that way for us.
Yeah.
And it's been mind-boggling to see, like, especially Soto with runners in scoring position.
He's hitting 200 with runners in scoring position, bro. And it's a team play. The whole team is, look at his numbers. The Mets are batting 244 with runners in scoring position as a team, which means it's too much streaking. It's like Justin mentioned, you mentioned, it's always, they're never going at the same time. They're never going at the same time.
Leaving so many players on base, running in scoring position. How many times have we seen the Mets have the bases loaded, 1 out or no outs, and no runs?
We get 1 measly run.
Or none. Most of the time, I'd be like, what the heck just happened? Somebody struck out, somebody grounded to a double play. How? He struck out on 3 straight pitches. This dude just first pitch swinging, bam, right into a double play. First pitch swinging. That's been the bane of my existence with this team lately as well. Yes. I get it. The analytics say that normally that first pitch is going to come right down the middle because the pitcher is trying to throw a strike and trying to establish, control of the at bat. But if you're not catching up to it, or if you're just banging it into the ground, you're not doing us any favors. Wait for your fucking pitch.
Exactly.
Your pitch.
Work the count.
And that's the thing. These guys are major leaguers that have done this their whole lives. You've gotten to how you got there, how you played. Don't change up who you are now. Yeah. I mean, you got to work the count. You can't make it easy. And that drives me crazy as well. And I'm glad you mentioned that because it's like you got the pitcher on the ropes. He can't find the zone, okay? Or he's either walking guys or guys are getting hits and and we know how good the Mets have been stealing bases and shit like that this year. Mm-hmm. And it drives me nuts. And then as soon as we get that opportunity, they're swinging at the first pitch, a little weak ground ball or fly ball or pop-up. I mean, come on, work the count. The pressure is on the pitcher. Yeah. Like, screw that analytics shit. You're playing the fucking game, dude. You're playing the game.
It's mano a mano. You're looking at that fucking pitcher 60 feet. You see him, he's not right. Work the count.
Make him work. Make him work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
make him come to you.
I would rather you take it to 3-2 and then strike out looking because you thought it was close ball than you swinging at the first pitch and giving them outs.
Right.
Just giving them outs.
Right.
Because most of the time they're not putting it in the air.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And when they are, like you said, it's a weak fly ball. We get one measly ass run. That's one out, fine. And then here comes a ground ball, double play. We went from having potentially a freaking busting a game open, scoring 0-1 runs. And then the team comes back the very next inning, and they'll put 4 on us.
Right. It's absolutely amazing. I just don't understand why sometimes we just, and this is the conversations we had before about sometimes, listen, analytics has a place in the game. It does. Yeah. But sometimes it comes down to mano a mano. Yeah. That's it. And playing the game the way it's supposed to be. And when you're doing things like that, it can cost you games, man. It's cost you game. Work that count. Make the pitcher come to you. You're in the advantage. You don't give the pitcher back the advantage by helping them out. You don't do that. You just don't. Christopher T checks in. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Chris, what's goody, bro? Salute. Up, glad to see you joining us on the show, man. Listen, feel free to chime in anytime you want, brother. We are talking Mets. I'm sorry, we're not happy over here today, bro. I know the last time you saw us, we was kind of happy on that stream with the acquisitions at the trade deadline, but today, oh man, I don't know. We got to break it down, bro. We got to break it down and get into it, man. But I also don't want to forget one thing, some injury news as well. And it's a blow, and I got some feelings on this injury, man. Francisco Alvarez, he's on the IL again with an injured thumb, and he's gonna need surgery
now.
Yep, he's gonna need surgery eventually. The Mets are saying right now they're waiting a couple of weeks to see if the swelling goes down because he's going to attempt to play through the injury. And we saw how he looked last year playing through an injury with that thumb issue when he had surgery, came back in the season. We saw it. It wasn't pretty, okay?
No.
It's a shame because he went out there and he did very well after being sent down, and he has come back with vengeance. And I got some takes, and I think you know where I'm going to go with that as far as why all of a sudden back-to-back years we send these kids down and they come back different players. But he was a different player. He had commanded the strike zone better. You know, he still was going to have his tendencies, but he was on a tear and he looked like a different player. He looked like the Francisco Alvarez that we were getting when he came up and had them 25 bombs that year. Okay.
He was waiting for the ball. He was waiting for the ball to come more in, kind of like how Pete changed.
Going the other way.
Approach. Yeah, like he was waiting for it now instead of chasing. Yeah. You're waiting for it, and then he saw it, and instead of just trying to pull everything, he was using the whole field, which is that's when you know they're seeing the ball really well. Right. And when you know Alvy is right, and Vientos as well. But since we're talking about Alvy, you know Alvy is right at the plate when he is hitting for power the other way. And he was doing that. He was going gap to gap, right center. He was hitting for power, okay? And he was right. And then, oh, behold, he slides into the freaking base head first. For what reason, I don't know. And he injures his thumb again. Now, I've said it. I am an Alvy guy. I think this guy's potential at the catcher position, especially with the bat, I think can be special if he stays focused. And does what he's supposed to do. But these injuries are killing me, man, every year. He just cannot stay healthy. And when you're a young player and you keep getting healthy, it's already tough being a young catcher as it is. They take a beating back there, okay? Yeah. But when you're getting injured all the time, you tend to be that kind of player, just an injury-prone player, especially at the catcher position. The Mets after this season they're just gonna have to look into
either the development of their other catchers in the system, or they're going to have to bring in a reliable veteran catcher next year to play with Alvarez. I'm sorry. I'm off the Torrens train, okay? I knew what Torrens was, so I'm not going to kill Torrens, okay? He's a backup catcher. He's not a great hitter. He's a good defensive catcher. That's what he's there to do. But he can't hit a fucking lick, okay? Sometimes he'll get a ball past the second baseman and first base hole. He'll get one down the line, Oppo. He'll get one possibly in the gap every now and then. But his OPS is under 600, okay? He's a light hitting catcher. Now we got to go. We got to survive because I'm sorry. I don't think Alvarez is going to be able to come back. Until I see it, I'm not going to believe he's going to be able to come back this year.
No,
I think eventually he's going to have to get the surgery, and that's going to be the end of his season. So
I agree.
Yeah, so now we're stuck with Torrens and Sanger and maybe somebody gets off the street. Who knows? And that sucks. That sucks because he was an important part of this lineup. And when he got going, all of a sudden there's length in the lineup.
Yeah,
it's a tough blow. Bro, what do you think about that? What is your feelings on what I said about number one, the injury? Number two, the future of what the Mets need going forward as far as the backup position. I'm gonna let you chime in. I'll be right back, but please let me know what you think.
Yeah, no problem, man. The injury sucks because, like you said, he had just gotten back from the demotion because he was struggling something fierce this first half. So he needed the demotion. He needed to go back and just go back to the basics because I think he was trying to do too much. So it was perfect. It was a perfect time for the demotion, and he came back and he looked more confident. He looked like himself. He looked like Alvy from a few years ago when he hit like the 25, 26 home runs. But yeah, you're exactly right. The injury, like injury prone, like that's a word that's going to probably follow him and Senga around. We'll get to Senga later on. But yeah, that's probably something that's going to probably follow him around, even as a young player, because like injury prone is probably the right word right now, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And as far as like another player, I don't think we can look within the organization because like we've been waiting for Kevin Parada for years.
Yeah,
where is he?
Yeah. I mean, he's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You never hear about him.
And I think we're going to have to go and get a veteran backstop. I'm not sure if he is, but I mean, he is a little bit older, but I mean, he's still really good. I think Real Muto is a free agent after this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have to look into
that. I think I have to look into that, but I think he may be.
I know Kyle Schwarber is, but I didn't know Realmuto is. Yeah,
I think he is. I'm almost certain that his contract, that big contract that he signed a few years ago with them, I think is up after this offseason. So like even somebody like him, a 1 or 2 year deal, like and honestly, I would probably give him majority of the catching responsibility until Alvy can show that he can handle it, honestly.
Yeah.
And the only thing that he does have going for him, dude, is that he's very young still.
Yeah.
He's only still 24 years old, which like he could still have a 16-year career after this, play till he's 40.
No question, bro.
He has to show it. Like
I totally agree with you, bro.
Because he's wonderful with that pitching staff. Wonderful. He frames well.
Yeah.
Obviously, obviously that's going to go out the window with the automatic strike system coming up. Yeah. But like he's wonderful with the pitching staff. Like he knows what they want to pitch. Like they feel comfortable with him. Was it Scherzer, Max Scherzer, and Justin Verlander talked about how good he was calling the game.
Right. And
those are Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, but if you can't be healthy, like I was saying earlier, also, and we'll get into him later on with Senga, we can't depend on you.
No,
like, we got to replace you.
Yeah,
we have to.
I absolutely agree with you, Ramon. That's what I was thinking too. We sharing a brain on that one because I'm just like, hey, listen, we got to get somebody more reliable behind him, and let it be a competition next year, spring training. I know that's a story for another day, but I just think we have to now. We're at a spot now with him that we cannot say, you know what, it's your job, and let's just get a guy that can just throw out runners at second to back you up. No, we're not doing that no more. Now we got to have a guy that we know we can go to him when you eventually get hurt or even beat you out of the job. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at the catcher position organization, and it sucks because I am an Alvarez believer. I really do like him, but hey,
hold on,
it is what it is.
Real Muto is a free agent after this season.
Okay, there you go. He's gonna probably be looking for a lot of money, but that's
he's been like the best catcher in baseball for the last 10 years. So I mean, and he's 34. He's gonna be 35.
I'm not giving him more than 2 years.
Not more than 2 years, but like he'll probably.
I would get him.
But he'll command like a large money sum.
Yeah, high AAV, 2 years. I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I actually want Schwarber more than him to put in that DH role, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
If I have to, I'm giving him a high AAV with them 2 years though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I just think we're just gonna have to do that. I love Alvy. I think his bat is special for the catcher position, but he can't stay healthy, man. It's crazy,
man.
And it's the same injury every time. It's his thumb, it's the other thumb. What the fuck? Like it's always something, man. And I just hope he can, come back and contribute to the team this year and at least be effective or whatever. I'm not counting on that. I saw what I needed to see from him last year when he was hurt trying to play through shit. I'm not counting on that. So I'll believe it when I see it. Christopher T checks in, says not happy either. That National Series is beyond me. I don't have words of wisdom, unfortunately. That National Series did it to me too, bro. I said, what the fuck are we doing out here? I mean, what are we doing? Like, seriously? Against the worst bullpen in the league, and they couldn't 2 back-to-back games. They just went into the toilet to say, we can't do it today. No. And then the pitching was just horrible. I mean, the starting pitching as well. We're going to talk about that pitching, man. Justin says, I've been off his train as far as Torrens. Yeah, man. I'm just not. I know there was some Met fans that was kind of like loving the way Torrens was starting the season because Albie was kind of in the struggle mode of finding it or whatever. But we knew sooner or later, the clock strikes midnight, he was going to turn back into that pumpkin that we know he is, okay? He's there for defense, to throw runners out. He calls a good game. I'll give him that. He calls a good game. Defensively, I have no qualms with Mr. Torrens.
He
can't hit a lick. And it seems like with this Met lineup, Ramon, every time he's coming up is when we need a big hit. And it's not happening. You just know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And you know what? I'll give it to the opposing teams. Like, they're just smart like that, honestly. Because they know they're like, I'm just going to pitch around Pete. I'll pitch around McNeil. I'll pitch around Nimmo. Oh, look, it's Luis Torrens. All right, we're good. We're good. So.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Justin says, I feel like Mendoza should take some heat for the bullpen. He's been horrible. We're going to get into that as well. Also, yes, Mendoza is not blameless here. He's not.
No,
he's the captain of the ship of the team right now. But I am also going to say this. I'm not putting most of the majority on him because you know what? Look what he's had to deal with, man. Let's be honest. Whatever move he makes, the bullpen ain't getting the job done. They're overworked. They're overworked, bro. And his starting pitchers just can't they can't get through the 5th inning. So his hands are tied. His hands are tied, man. We got to hold our players more accountable in that starting rotation, man. Because early in the season, when they were getting the job done, look how many games we were winning. Look how good we were doing. The bullpen was lights out and everything. But sooner or later, you got to give me 7 innings, my guy. It can't just be 1 start a week. To Peterson's credit, even though he's had a couple of hiccups lately that's irritated me, but I'm not going to hate on Peterson because Peterson has actually been a dog. He's been a bulldog for us, okay?
Yeah.
And he made the All-Star team because of that. The rest of these guys have been stiffs. They can't get past the 4th, 5th inning. What is Mendoza supposed to do? What
Ever
is Mendoza going to do?
Ever since Senga came off the disabled list, his ERA has been above 6.5.
Oh, we gonna get into that guy. Yeah,
You know,
I
so
got a lot to say
there's
about that,
him.
so.
And then Clay Holmes, maybe he'll give you 6, but sometimes he'll give you 4. And then everyone else is giving you 3 or 4 innings.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It really is. You can't survive. I don't care. You cannot survive 162 with a starting rotation that can't give you more than a 4 or 5 inning start every game. You just can't. You can't. I don't care if you got the nasty boys of the Cincinnati Red 1990 bullpen. I don't care if you got the old Oakland teams in the 70s. Whatever. You can't survive 162. You can possibly survive in a playoff run when you're in the playoffs like the Dodgers did last year. But for a 162, it's not going to happen, y'all. It's just not. It's just too much to ask. Christopher T says the best thing to do is small ball. Back to fundamentals. Let this ragtag team have fun and maybe the fire on all cylinders come September. I agree with that, man. Let's start sacrificing, stars' egos, and just say, you know what? Until you earn that, let's play some small ball at times in the right time. Now, I'm not saying first and second nobody out, and I got my big boys up. I want them button runners over. I'm not going to say that. But when there's some certain hitters that are in slumps, yeah, we're going to have to play a little small ball. I think that's the right thing to do. It's win time, and it is go time. It is late August. It's about getting in. Their margin for error is gone. They let it go. Let it go. They got to now do what is necessary to win games no matter what the way is.
It's funny that he mentions that. Back to fundamentals, small balls, fun, all that stuff. Not that they're world beaters, like I said, but the Rockies, Warren Schaefer, the Rockies, Warren Schaefer, he took over. They went back to fundamentals. You got to see them. They're practicing every day, just normal stuff, grounders, running to second, just regular situational hitting, situational fielding.
Right.
They're almost 500 since the All-Star break.
No doubt about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the small things. Like, Christopher is absolutely correct. Like, just go back to them having fun. They're putting so much pressure on themselves to win that they forgot that, like last year. After they started off slow, all that pressure came off, and you saw the team had fun and they won. Now they're so wound up and so worried, worried about messing up. It's okay to mess up sometimes, but guys, you got to remember it's a game. Have fun. Things are going to come. You hit 3 out of 10 times, you're still going to be an all-star. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. It's okay.
That's a fact.
Don't let one at bat, ruin your whole game. Don't let one error ruin your whole game. Don't let the fact that you walked 2 players ruin your whole game. You got out of it, dude. Don't worry about that. That happened last inning. Yeah. There's a new inning. Play every inning. Play every play like it's new.
Right. Totally agree, man. And and if that's the case, Mendoza's probably just gonna have to do it that way. Hey, listen. Hey, guys, we gotta win. I'm sorry, I've waited months for you to figure this out. I waited months. We are not, our margin for error is gone, fellas. It's gone. The division might just be out of reach now. Okay, right now, currently it's a 6-game lead. Okay, we still got some head-to-head games with the Phillies, but right now we can't be thinking about the division right now. We're only a game and a half up right now over the Reds. So our margin for error is gone, fellas. So sorry. Check your egos to the door. I gave you time. Let's go. We're going to do everything per situation that freaking makes sense. And if you can't do that, then I can't play you. Mendoza might just have to do it. And I know this era athletes in all the sports, their egos are very fragile and they don't like when their managers do things like that. But you know what? Oh, well, this is the time to win. So they got to do it. So I agree.
But you know what? No, I don't. You know what? Bump all that. Majority of that lineup, they're Latin players. We've heard worse growing up.
Right. No doubt about it.
Come on, get out of here with that nonsense. And plus, if you're getting, I know that people, it doesn't matter how much money you make. Depression is real. All that stuff is real. Like, it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
But you're making $25 million plus. You should be giving your 100% all in everything that you do every single day.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I totally agree with you. And
I'm sorry, like that ego shit. Like, yeah,
I hate it.
Bye.
I hate it.
Bye.
These athletes nowadays are different, man.
This is why I think if the Mets crater, if the Mets don't make the playoffs, if the Mets don't go on a big run, Mendoza's gone either way. I think he's gone either way. And I think Beltran comes in. Beltran's old school. Okay, you had somebody who was your friend. You didn't want to do it for him.
I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen, bro. And listen, no one's a bigger Beltran fan than me, one of my favorite all-time Mets of all time. And I felt like he got a raw deal when that thing was going on, when he got hired by the Wilpons and he never got his shot. He was basically blackballed and scapegoated because he was the guy that was retiring and the other players that were involved and stuff were already in the game. So it was like easier to put it on him. And he took those blows. And, since then, all these guys that were involved, that were worse involved, they're all back in the game. So I wouldn't be mad about that. However, I'm going to be honest, I really would like to see one more year of Mendoza if possible. But if we don't make the playoff.
With a good starting rotation.
Exactly, Ramon. With a good starting rotation that, now he don't have to pull rabbits out of a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have to have that kind of shit where any decision can trigger an L. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the right decision is X, and if it didn't work out, it wasn't because of Y. That type of thing. But would I be surprised if he is a casualty if they don't make the playoffs? Absolutely not. I would not be surprised by that. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they don't make the playoffs, that this core is shaking up after the season. Guys like Nimmo, Alonso, and I want Alonso back. I'm on record. I want Alonso back. I gave Alonso some heat last year, but because I just felt like, there was some things going on with him that he was too more focused on his numbers to get a contract than what the team needed, even though the team went on that run. And he had big hits in the playoffs for us, and he's had a tremendous year this year. I don't even want to think of a world right now where we would be if we didn't have Pete Alonso and the way he's having. Okay.
Agreed.
It would probably be worse. Okay. And I am on record. I want Pete back. He is a Met. I want him back. But if we don't make the playoffs, honestly, I would not be surprised if Pete says, you know what, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. I'm just going to take the highest bid and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised because he's got Boris as his agent. And we're about to go through that all over again. Yay. But whatever. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. We make the playoffs, Mendoza stays, and Pete and this core can continue. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. You know what I mean? But let's break down what's been going on, man. I mean, like, first of all, like we touched on, to me, the biggest culprit is the starting pitching. Okay, it's been ass. It just has. They look at this since June 13th. Okay, this is since June 13th, bro. The starting pitching I'm talking about here has had 261 innings pitched. That is the fewest in baseball since June 13th, the fewest innings from a starting pitcher. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, that's inexcusable, and that's even with David Peterson averaging almost 7 innings a start for this rotation. So that tells you how terrible that is. Yep. I mean, that is the culprit. You cannot survive 162 with your starting pitchers doing this, man. No. And it's led to the bullpen being overworked. There too, and here's the proof of this, folks. Here's the proof, because I've done the research, fellas. I've done it. 239 and 2/3 innings pitched in that same span since June 13th is the third most in baseball. Most. I don't care. Again, I don't care if you bring in the 1990 Bad Boys Cincinnati Red bullpen. Okay? They're pitching like that many innings in a 2-month span. They're going to be overworked, bro. They're going to be overworked. And what is this terrible stat has led to? Okay? 21 blown leads. That leads baseball since June 15th. Think about that, fellas. Remember last year how much we were pissed off at how many times this bullpen blew games for us last year? Think of that was for a season. 2 months, 21 blown leads. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Ramon, what do you think about that, man?
It's the most difficult thing about this is that the Mets have always prided themselves on pitching. We've always been a pitching organization. Like we always. We know that there are seasons that like our offense was going to be dog shit, but we knew that we were going to pitch our asses off. You know.
Yep.
We don't got that no more. Like all of a sudden, like the last couple of seasons, like honestly, since Jacob deGrom left, it's been like patchwork. We've been patchworking, like just starting pitching ever since.
Yeah,
and this is
so for our guys to develop, and the free agency just hasn't been all that.
And this is so not like the Mets because we've always had at least one pitcher, like whether he's a starter or in our system that we're like, all right, he's gonna lead us. We haven't had that. Like Senga, I love the dude, but he is not reliable. Reliable. He is a number, you know what? Maybe a number 2, but like he's a number 3 to me because he's always injured. You can't count on him. You can't count. He's like, I'm not. Fuck it, I'll say it. He's fragile. Because he's like
soft.
It seems like he gets hurt with like the simplest plays. Honestly, like the simplest things, like that take him out. Because it's never really an arm issue with him. It's always his lower body. The
guy is soft, bro. You could say it. He's soft. He is what it is, and this is why I was so angry, bro. We got our little chat and everything, but like this is why I was so angry at Pete when he made that terrible throw and he got Senga injured because I knew it, bro. I said he is not going to be the same when he come back. Remember how good Senga was pitching? He was our ace basically the whole time. He was actually even getting deep into games. He was actually going 6-7 innings. He was unhittable. He had like an ERA like
his
1.
ERA was like 1. Yeah.
I said with this guy, if he takes a shower and slips on a piece of soap in the tub and he gets up, he's out of whack. If the guy sits on a seat, okay, and the cushion isn't freaking properly positioned in the car, he is out 2 weeks. The guy is fragile. This is why I was so mad with Pete. It was more, I wasn't like, Pete, I hate you, but it was like, God damn it, Pete.
You got to make a better throw. You got to make a better throw. Yeah.
You got to make a better throw there because this guy was the wrong guy to get injured, okay? Because I knew once that happens, that's it for him. Because last year, remember how he got hurt last year? And it took so long for him to get back. It was supposed to be originally 4 to 6 weeks, right? He came back in like 14 weeks.
In September, In
September in the playoffs. He couldn't even give us more than 2 innings. They had the bullpen game, the guy, okay, because he couldn't, because he's so fragile. Honestly, guys, I am so done with Senga, okay? I'm so done with him as far as not as a starter, but just as accountability as a top-tier pitcher. I'm not in on that no more. He's a number 3 at best.
That's why.
Unreliable, okay? We have to find our top-tier guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
No, we can't count on him. You're absolutely right, man. We just can't. We can't. Like, when he's out there and he's on his shit, yes, don't get me wrong. Senga is fucking amazing. That fork ball is almost unhittable, and he makes even the best lineups look foolish. Yeah. But you're not out there, dude.
You can't get out there.
What's the saying? The best ability is availability.
Exactly. You can't help the club if you're always in the tub, bro. You can't. This guy is fragile, bro. And then the Mets baby him. He's got to wait 6 days to pitch because, in Japan, this is the way they did things. And if he comes back too fast, he'll have a twinge in his shoulder. He'll have an ache in his hip. And when he has an ache in his hip, his delivery is off. And then it takes another week to get his delivery mechanics back. He's fragile. I'm done with the Senga experience as a top-tier, top-of-rotation pitcher. He's a number 3 at best. And if on a good team, he's a 4. Okay, that's the way I'm looking at, because you just can't depend on him, man. The stuff is there, and then now he's nibbling. Now he doesn't want to come in the zone, or he gives up the ball. He gives up home runs now all the time because now teams are like, we can't hit that ghost fork anyway, so I'm not swinging at it. Come to the zone, and when he gets in the zone, he gets tagged. I'm done. Like 6 days a week to give up 4 or 5 runs in 4 innings. Get that shit out of here, man. I'm done with it. Let's go to the chat. Chris says, love the content, LOL. It's nice to see the American point of views. Nothing but facts and calling them out. Lacking over here in Europe. Thank you for that. I appreciate the love, brother. Yeah, man. One thing about in any sport that we talk about in here, bro, on Born for Sports, it's going to be the unfiltered truth, man. And it's what I believe. It comes from the heart. Some people might not like it. Ramon as well. He's from the heart when he brings his baseball point of view. This is what we do here, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for those kind words. And for anyone new to the channel that's just joining in, hit that like and subscribe button, bro. You're gonna want to keep it locked here, baby, because you're gonna get that unfiltered content that you crave and deserve, y'all. Chris also says you guys are really hilarious. The baseball purists checking in. Salute to the baseball purists. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, brother. I appreciate you checking in. He says pitching prospects are coming soon. The league will shake in their boots. Yes, sir.
We haven't even discussed that yet because we've only touched on Sproat and McClain, and they're not even supposed to be the best ones.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's scary about it. We haven't even talked about Yona Tong yet. All right.
I can't wait for that kid.
Yeah. Like when Ron Darling literally said himself when he was interviewed the other day that's Tin Lincecum 2.0. But without the arm injury, because his delivery comes overhand.
When he did that, I was like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, and then Sproat and McClain are who we think they are or who they're showing that they are,
there you go. And I think that's probably what David Stern's plan is. And like I said, I respect it. I do. If you would have started the season that way.
Not with Tom, obviously. You still give Tom seasoning.
But
those other two, those other two, yeah. If they were
maybe
with
next
us in the
year.
beginning,
Maybe next year. Maybe next year in the spring he'll show that he's ready. And if anything, he'll come up early in the first half of the season.
Yeah,
you know what
let him do some AAA work.
Yeah. I respect that. That's cool because he's more further behind because of when he got started on his timeline. But guys like McClain, you know me, I was on the Sproat train and spring training. I was like, bring him up.
Yeah. Bring him up. Yep.
Bring him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, if this was the plan from Stearns, he should have begun the plan in spring training. That's when you do it. You don't let these fucking scrubs destroy our season like this and have us in the shitter where now we got to basically scrap to get in now because of that. Because now you're throwing them into the frying pan right now and expecting them to just be like, hold it down. Now, what if they're not ready right now? What if they need time to get now? Luckily, it looks like McClain is the real deal, and he is definitely on point, and he's been tremendous. But what about when we free Sproat up? What if that happens to him?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You waited too long. You should have did this earlier, man.
That was a damn good.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
That was a damn good lineup. McClain shut down last night. The Braves, even though they're not obviously in contention, but they're
still the Braves, man.
That's still the Braves. They still got Acuna. They still got Olsen. They still got Harris Jr. You know, like they still got a lineup. So he held that down. You know,
right.
And both starts, he's looked tremendous. He looked like advertised so far.
Right.
So hoping he can keep that up. And Sproat, they're saying that Sproat is even better than he is. So
yeah.
And the thing with Sproat was, I think that they were going to bring him up earlier. But if you looked at him early in the minors, in the minor league season, he was giving up a lot of hits and a lot of runs. Yeah. So I think that they got worried. That kind of scared them. They were like, oh shit, like we were putting this much pressure on him. Now It's not working out. But now he's settled down in his last, 9-10 starts in AAA.
I mean, since July, he's been on fire since July.
Yeah, like under 2.5 ERA, striking out like over 9 a game.
Yeah.
Like hardly giving up any hits per 9 is
Yeah,
really low.
I think he's been pretty damn good his last 13 starts from what I've read.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so they could have, even if that was the case, they could have brought him up a long time ago. It was clear, especially when Montas started the season injured. When did Montas come back? He came sometime in June or whatever.
Yeah,
early July.
Yeah, it was probably like right before the All-Star game.
Yeah, so it was like they had an opportunity. You know what I mean? And
because he was out, and we had Manaea out,
and Senga.
Yeah, and so it was like that. Like I said, they were 20 games up. We had a 9-game lead. That was the perfect opportunity to bring these two kids up and be like, let's see what you got. Because if you guys can prove that you guys are what we think you are, you'll be 1, you'll be 1A. Or you'll be 1A, you'll be 1B. Everybody will line up behind you.
Absolutely. Especially when you look at the trade deadline and what was available. There wasn't a lot of starting pitching available that was worth the prices that were out there to make.
Yeah, because they were asking for us for Jet Williams, Carson Bench.
Exactly.
They were asking for Sproat, McLean, and Tong.
Exactly.
They were asking for our top 7. They were asking for Alien Pena, the new kid that we just signed.
They want all our best guys. What a shock.
But then they'll sell them to the Dodgers for a bag of laundry detergent and balls.
Yep.
And it's like
exactly.
Like, no, we're not going to do that no more. Like, we're not the Wilpons. You're not going to get our best prospects.
Not going to make us get desperate like that.
No.
That's right. So there was plenty of opportunities where they could have did it and earlier than what they've done it now. And this is my problem. This is the problem that I have with Stearns. Like, if you knew that for so long leading up to the trade deadline that the prices were the prices and the available arms weren't that sexy as it is, then now's the time. Bring these kids up then. That's when you do it. He waited too long. I guess he figured, you know what? Sooner or later, these guys will eventually get going. Look what happened last year. Well, last year's last year, my guy. It ain't that kind of way this year. And we got to hope now that it don't cost us now. So now let's go. And McGlynn has been a godsend because he already looks like – what's sad is this kid already looks like he's our best ace. He's our best opportunity at an ace. Because Manaea not doing it. Okay, Manaea's not doing it. Okay, no. He's showing now. Last year was a great year for him, but he outkicked his coverage. He's a solid pitcher, but not a front of the rotation guy. Okay, he's just not. He's been injured for most of the season. He come back. Then they said, what? The body's in the elbow too, or whatever. Was it? Did I get the injury wrong?
No, I think it was. It was like something's floating around. Yeah,
at his elbow, right? Yeah. Okay, so now and he's had an injury history in his career as well. So now that's another strike against Stearns' moves in the offseason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, why did you wait so long? Now it looks like McLean is our unofficial ace because the stuff that I've seen in this kid, the first 2 starts, I haven't seen for many of our starting rotation the entire season.
The rotation on his freaking curveball and just pitching all around, that's what I was gonna say. Just overall is ridiculous. Like he's pitching putting RPM on that ball like Verlander type.
Right.
That's elite type shit elite, that you can't hit.
And he's just getting started.
And he's just getting started. He's just going to get better and better.
Wait till he learns the major league hitters.
And what I'm excited about is when him and Sproat and Tom get together and they learn from each other.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
And having like Hafner just teaching them, because Hafner, I don't give a shit what anyone says. Every team wants him. They want him bad still. Because
he's the best pitching coach in baseball to me. I don't care what anyone says. Look what he's had to deal with, fellas. Because Met Twitter just be driving me nuts, man. They be on it. When is Hefner going to get any criticism? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look what the fuck he's got to throw out there. Look what he's got to work with. You name me the ace, the dependable star. What? Come on now. Let's be honest here. These people are crazy out here. Christopher T says, no showers for Senga from now on.
No, nothing good. Nothing.
I mean, the guy can't do anything without twinging something and getting some sort. And he sits in the freaking driver seat of his car, and the cushion's not full right, and he's got a hip pointer, and now his mechanics are off, and the guy is fragile. He's fragile, like it's unbelievable, bro.
Maybe that's why we can't get Japanese players to come over here. They already knew about it.
Yeah, they already knew.
They knew.
They're probably like, man, listen.
So they're like, you know what? We're going to LA together. Fuck that. Like, we're not.
Ridiculous, man. Christopher says, he doesn't need to slip from soap.
That's true. Yeah.
It would be so messed, wouldn't it? Like the guy just gets in the shower, nice hot shower, and the soap just happened to fall off the freaking dish, and he just steps and whoops. I tell you, man, the guy is fragile, bro. I'm just so over it. The guy is so fragile. The Mets have to just accept that he is not that top of the rotation guy. He's just not. He's just not, man.
Agreed.
It is what it is.
It sucks to say, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, but it just is what it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
But these 21 blown leads, and anyone, listen, we could talk about the clutch hitting. The clutch hitting has to get out. I'll mention that as well. But when you have a situation where your rotation is pitching that terrible and you're wearing your bullpen out, okay, and this is another stat that we got to talk about as well, okay, in that same span. They have 14 losses when they score 4 runs lead, where they have 4-run leads alone. You listen, if you're a good baseball team and you have a 4-run lead, you don't lose those games.
Nope.
14. Think about that. 14 times we had a 4-run lead and lost it.
Yep.
What does that tell you? The starting rotation is not getting deep in games. It's either been terrible or the bullpen's worn out and they're blowing it. Okay.
Let me give a shout out real fast to one of our bullpen not heroes of the season for us this year.
Oof.
I'm just going to give you some stats first. Started the season with a 5.59 ERA. We said, this dude sucks. We need to get rid of him. Then he comes back in May, 104 ERA. We're like, okay, maybe he's showing us something. Comes back the very next month in June, 6.23 ERA. And we're like, he is who we thought he was. Then he comes back the very next month and gives us a 2.7 ERA. And we're like, all right, maybe this guy's pretty good. And then this month, in the month of August, the year of our Lord, 2025, his ERA is a whopping 18.56. Do you know who I am?
Fuck you, Garrett!
Nope. Ryan Stanek.
Oh, right. How can I forget?
Ryan
I thought you were talking about Garrett. Damn,
No.
Stanek really did have good months like that? Because that's why I thought it was Garrett.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes. No, we'll get to Garrett.
Woo!
I'm not done. We'll get to Garrett.
Yeah,
I'm not done.
Get him out of here. Get Stanek out of here. DFA that fucking scrub. Get
Garrett started the season gangbusters. The first 2 months, his ERA was 1.38. 1.38 in the first 2 months of the season. June comes along, his ERA skyrockets in the month of June. 7.36 ERA. 3.97 ERA in July, still kind of high for a reliever, but we'll take it from a 7. And now in this month of August, his ERA is an 8 even.
That's why I thought you were talking about him, because it had the same pattern, dude.
Yeah,
you're so right on that.
Same pattern. And it's
Jesus
those
Christ.
like
he's Aaron Heilman. He's Aaron Heilman, bro. I keep calling Garrett. I know it brings up bad memories, but he reminds me of Aaron Heilman so much. He'll have the stretches where he's dominant, and at that time, that was Aaron Heilman. And then next thing you know, he's giving up taters and choking games away for like a month. And this is the same thing with Garrett, man. The same thing.
The only one,
what he is.
The only ones that have been like, with the exception of 1 month, Brazaban had one really bad month. That was June.
Yeah.
Like he got blown up. But besides that,
and he was in a lot. He was in a lot of games too.
He was in a lot of games. So, but he's been on his. Like Brazaban, Diaz. That's it. Everybody else has got blown up.
Yep. And Helsley has been awful since coming here.
Yeah.
And I got some questions about him.
Soto has been, if it weren't for
Gregory Soto.
Shout
Shout out to Gregory Soto, man.
If it weren't for Gregory Soto, our whole trade deadline would have looked like ass.
Straight up.
Because even Cedric Mullins has looked like ass.
Yeah. He's had a solid couple of games the last couple of nights, but yes,
just the last couple of nights, but he has not looked good.
No, he has not looked good since he's gotten here. Yep, I agree, bro. I totally agree, man. And again, the bullpen getting worn out, starting rotation, to me, it starts there. It's the rotation, man. Mm-hmm. They don't get deep in games. They don't even get in the middle of games. That's what's crazy. Like, there's been so many games where it's 4 innings, 3-4 innings, or 3 2/3 or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, here we go. A slog to the finish. And it's just like, come on. And when that happens, you keep on going into your pen. Now, guys are working 2-3 days in a week in a row. And then you got to sit those guys because you can't go 3-4 days in a row. So you're going to wear them out and get them hurt. So now you got to go back to the other end of the bullpen. Now, the guys in the front end of the bullpen now got to get moved into more high leverage situations, which is not what you want. No. It just destroys pitching staff. You got to have your starters go at least 6 innings, dude. You just cannot rely on guys. But since June 13th, we're in August 23rd, guys. August 23rd. That's July, August, 2 months of this shit. Mm-hmm. And then you wonder why the bullpen's getting blown up like this. It's just not going to be a recipe for winning baseball. It just isn't.
No,
it just isn't. And blowing 14 games when you're up 4 runs is inexcusable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, good baseball teams don't do that.
You don't do that.
We're not a good baseball team.
We're not right now. We're just not a good baseball team right now. You cannot blow 14 games when you're up 4 runs. That's inexcusable. And for all the troubles that the Mets batting average runners in score position, that's my only knock with this lineup is the runners in score position. Okay, they've given us 4-run leads, and then the bullpen, you started staff still blows it. Yeah. That is not on really the lineup. You know what I mean? Now there's going to be games where you need your lineup to come through. No rotation and staff is going to be perfect every night. But 14 times, 4 runs and you blow it? Inexcusable. You can't have that. You cannot have a good baseball team in the playoffs doing that. And if they ultimately do not make it, it is because of this pitching. Bottom line. Bottom line.
It's definitely because of pitching.
I'm sorry, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
Okay. Christopher T says no. This should be an excuse. But Helsley has been with the Cardinals his whole career, and that was his favorite team as a kid. All he knows, man. Yeah. And like I said, can he pitch in New York? That was my only thing. I was ecstatic when we got him in that trade deadline move because I was like, man, we didn't give up shit for him. We didn't give up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like minimal. And we got their closer. Oh, man, this is going to be great. The Hells Bells thing and all of that. I said, as long as he can pitch in New York. Well, right now, if he's hurt, please let me know if he's hurt because it looks like he can't play in this market. He's been getting fucking tagged every time. Tagged. I mean, even in the games that he at least gets the job done, he's still giving up a run or two. I mean, he's getting ragged at. I don't care if you can pitch and throw 100 miles an hour. If they're hitting your fucking stuff, that means there's something wrong. So what is going on? Is it between the ears or what?
It might be between the ears. The last 15 games, his ERA is 9.82. 9 games pitched, 7 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 8 earned runs. And his whip, 2.32. Yeah, no shit. I'll let you get to the next comment. The next comment may actually be, I'm laughing because he may actually be right.
I had to laugh too. Baseball purist says, Helsley is a double agent paid to make Met fans suffer. Yeah. You know the Cardinals hate us, purists. You know they do. They hate us from the 80s, brother. They are just torment. 06. All of that, man. I don't know, man. Like, Oh man, they must have knew something with this guy.
Well, no, but that's the thing. In July, before the trade, his ERA in July was 1.29.
Unbelievable, bro.
And now his ERA with us 9.82. Before the All-Star break, 3.27 ERA. After All-Star break, 6.97.
I mean,
so and his velocity is still there. His ball is like I don't know what's like I've seen him pitch, and it's like he's throwing like almost like fast batting practice right now for them. Not saying that he's doing it purposely, because obviously hopefully no athlete's doing it on purpose. But like yeah, like you said, it just seems mentally it seems like there's something not right.
I mean, it's got to be between the ears. I don't know if it's for me. It's either two things. It's number one, he can't pitch in New York. Okay, he can't pitch in this market,
which we've seen plenty
seen
of
it so many times.
Yep.
You know, and listen, it happens. Not everybody's built for what we about in this city. You know what I'm saying? In this tri-state area, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But when that happens, you gotta get the fuck out of here. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But it's either that for me. It's either he can't pitch in this market, or okay, he is struggling to not be the closer in the non-closer role. I don't know what it is. He's been a closer his whole life with the Cardinals, and now he's come here and you're not the closer, you're the setup man. And sometimes when that happens, certain relievers don't handle that well. It's even like, and I think it's just inexcusable. You should do your job no matter what. The guys are there, go get me 3 outs when you're in the inning. That's it. But it's just some bullpen guys are like that. Even when, you know, we have closers who come in non-closer situations, they struggle sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
We've seen it with the Mets themselves. We've seen it. Armando Benitez couldn't take the fact that he wasn't the closer when Familia came in. And Familia couldn't take the fact when he wasn't the closer when Diaz came in. Like, we've seen this before. It happens, unfortunately.
Every time. We see it so many times. And, you know, it really is something we got to question. It really is, man. Christopher T says, culture shock. He says, Stearns a double agent. Brewers are good now. Now, listen, he built that Brewer team. You know what I'm saying? And we made the playoffs last year with him, and we eliminated the Brewers. So I don't know. I wouldn't say he's a double agent, but I think his little sources and his little friends that he thought he had in the Brewers organization that sold him the bill of goods, they Trojan horsed him on Montas. They Trojan horsed him, bro. That's what happened. He got intel in there, and they screwed him over. They said, "Oh no, trust me, bro. You don't want Quintana. You want this guy."
No, look at this over. Look at this over here while they're robbing him from this side.
Yeah, exactly. They Trojan horsed him. The Brewer organization was pissed off because they knew it was the worst secret in baseball for years that he wanted the Met job, and once he broke free from their contractual issues, he was going to the Mets. They were never thrilled about that. Okay, that Steve Cohen was going to get their guy, and then. What happened? His first year, we got to the playoffs, and then they took them out in the first round in the playoffs. So they Trojan horsed them. They said, "Payback's a bitch, motherfucker. We got you. We'll send them little sources you thought was on your side." Yeah. Oh no, you want this guy? Montas is different now. You should see how hard he throws, his stuff, blah blah blah. He did so well for the pitching lab that you built over here. Wait till you get him over there. Trust me. 17 million, shit, too rich for our blood, bro. You can have him. Sorry. We'll get the next guy. Look what he did. That's what happened. He got. That's the saying in the streets. He got. That's all that was. Trojan horse. Hopefully it's a lesson learned next time that he won't do again. Dealing with them. Baseball Paris says, Helsley is from a joke division in the NL Central. The NL East is a different beast. No question about it, bro.
Of course.
Totally agree with you, bro. That NL Central is not the NL East. And I know the NL East is kind of having a down year because the Braves aren't what we thought they were going to be this year. But the Mets and the Phillies, well, not right now, obviously, the way the Mets have been playing. But the Mets and Phillies have been one of the best teams in baseball most of the season until this low the Mets have been. You know, they've been in there. The Mets got to NLCS last year. The year before that, the Phillies went on a run. Braves won a World Series a few years ago. So, listen, the Central is not what it is. Now,
hey, hold on. And the Marlins are coming.
Marlins are coming. They had a solid year.
The Marlins are coming.
I would definitely say that.
Like they have a lot of good young talent, pitching wise, and if they keep Alcantara and Cabrera at the top of that rotation,
they got pitching.
And then with their position players coming in and playing as well as they've been playing, the Marlins are coming.
Absolutely.
And don't count out the freaking the Nationals either. Like with Mackenzie Gore, with Young, who's that other kid they have?
I like the All-Star they have. I like that kid.
What's his
name? It looks like that home run derby messed his swing up. I think.
Yeah. So like they have some talent coming too. Like the NL East is gonna be for the next I think the next 5 years is gonna be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, Pierce
Woods. Yep, there you go.
That was him.
Yep.
That was him.
So like
I like him too.
Yeah, the NL East is gonna be ridiculous in the next few years. Like honestly, like I see them and Abrams. Yep, there you go. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Like, my God. Like, so the Mets they have to win now. Like within the next 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
You know, like this year, next year, or the year after that. Like they're a win now mode because these teams are coming, especially in our own division. Because the Braves
teams catch up, man.
The Braves have all these kids still signed, and they're still real young.
Yep. No doubt about it. You can't let these guys catch up because sooner or later, they're going to be worse. They're already a pain in the neck to play as it is.
Yeah, no shit.
Once they start getting their pieces in place and ready to contend, then it's really going to be a dogfight. So I definitely agree with you, Purist. The Central is not the NL East. It just is not, and it looks like that is the problem with this guy Helsley, because he's come in and he can't handle the spotlight here, man. I mean, look what he had to do. And listen, I said it. I'll say it again. In St. Louis, they don't put that heat on their players like that. Okay, no. They're like, hey, it's okay. We'll get them next time.
You tried. Good job. Good try, guys.
Good try. Thanks for the effort.
That's why they call
St. Louis baby.
That's why they call St. Louis the best baseball fans in America. That's always their saying, right? Because of how kind to their players.
Whether they're good or not, they kiss their players' ass, whatever. That's the way they are. You know what I'm saying? So you look at the Central, they got 2 good teams in there. Obviously, the Brewers have been on a run. They're doing real good. And you got the Cubs. The Cubs are having a solid year as well. But the rest of that division is garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's trash. Pittsburgh, give me a break. Whatever. These guys, they suck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whether it's that. It looks like this guy cannot pitch here, and it's a mistake. Thank God we're not locked in long term with him, and we didn't give up much for him. Yeah. That's all I can say. Now, as a Met fan, what we gotta hope is he can turn it around, find it, and just say, "Hey, let's go," and have some quality. But right now, he's unpitchable. I'm sorry, he's unpitchable at this point. Like until they figure something out with him. If I'm Stearns, I can't. I mean, if I'm Mendoza, I'm sorry, I can't pitch him right now. We were
up 12-4 yesterday, and when he came in, my stomach started fucking hurting,
dude.
And then he gave up 3 runs.
I believe his ERA is over 9 since coming here.
9.82. Yeah.
I might be wrong on the. Let me check that.
No. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. Because it's been. It's been sickening to watch.
It's since the 9.83 is that accurate?
9.82, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's insane, dude. That's just insane. That's insane. I mean, he has been god awful since being here. I think he's only had maybe 2 appearances where he didn't even give up a run. Every appearance has been just ragtag, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, every time. I mean, it's crazy. Right now, he's unpitchable. I'm sorry. He's unpitchable, and the Mets have to Mendoza just has to, they have to get him right before. And the next time I want to see him is in mop-up duty, like last night. And until I see 3 consecutive outings where he's not giving up a run, I can't pitch him right now. Simple as that. Agreed. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. So, before we wrap the show up today, I cannot just act like we didn't see this as well. The Mets they are suffering. Last year they had the clutch ability. They always found a way to come back no matter what. Now I put more of it on the pitching staff, but there's sometimes you do need games where you need your lineup to wake up. And just in the National Series alone, they get behind and it's like, okay, we ain't gonna come back. We ain't even getting gunners on the base the rest of the game. There's been too many games this year where the lineup has been listless. You know, it's been listless. It just has not shown the ability to come back. Something we did not do last year. We always came back no matter what. Even if we came up short, we would come back. Now, some of it is to be fair, some of it is because it's deflating when your fucking team has a 4-run lead 14 times and your fucking pitching staff can't hold it, as I named that stat earlier. But there's sometimes this lineup just goes quietly into the night. That's got to change, bro.
Yeah. Top of our lineup is doing what they're supposed to be doing again. And there's only one person in the bottom of our lineup that's even hitting right now, and that's Brett Beatty.
Yeah.
No one else is hitting.
Vientos has been coming on a little bit.
He's been coming on a little bit. I want to see a little bit more because, you know, like he had a couple of games like that where he hit like a game, like, you know, back-to-back home runs in games. And we're like, okay, is Vientos back? And then he went right back into a slump. So, but Brett Beatty looks like he could be this year's Vientos. The charges he's been putting into the ball. Yeah, I like what I see from him. I'd like to see a little bit more from Ronnie. Want to see more of him playing to see what he has. But yeah, like the bottom of our lineup is not doing us any favors, like it has been the whole rest of the year. So I can't hear you.
Absolutely, bro.
There you
Can
go.
you hear me now?
No, yep.
Sorry. Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, I will say this. I've been critical of Brett Beatty in the past, and as far as like, you know, him hitting like a quadruple A hitter. I will say he has made strides this year, and I actually trust him more at this point right now than Vientos at third base.
Agreed.
Mauricio, I love Mauricio's time. I just don't think he's ready yet. I don't think I'm ready to trust him fully, is what I'm trying to say.
You know what? Yeah, give him a whole spring training, give him a whole year from the beginning, where it's not in the middle of a pennant race, where he's like trying to do so much right now. You know, like he could play a little bit looser. I'm right there with you. Yeah.
So I will say, listen, Beatty's been coming on lately. He's got 15 home runs. His OPS is rising. I will say right now, Brett Beatty has been between the three of the young third basemen we have, he has been the most consistent player. And listen, I'm fair about it. You know what I'm saying? I love Vientos. I'm pretty disappointing in the season that he's had this year up to this point, because I felt like if I was really thinking he was about to take that next step after what we saw last year. Now, there's some reasons for that probably. You know, JD Martinez's presence. You know, JD Martinez's presence not on the team is not helped. I think his presence on this team was more deeper than we actually thought, especially for the development of Vientos, because he took him under the wing and he did a real good job. But also Chavez, man, I am not happy with him. Okay, no, I am not happy with Chavez as a hitting coach. You know, if anyone thinks that Chavez's hitting coach approach with this team is not hurting the team this year, I advise you to look at a couple of instances. Okay, look at last year. When Vientos was here, he was struggling. They sent him down to AAA, and he came back a different player, and he took off. He took off and had a tremendous season, along with JD Martinez taking him under the wing. You know what I mean? But the timing of that, when he came back, Vientos had a really good year. Really good year. When McNeil was injured last year, when he went down there, he worked with the staff down there, got ready to join the team later on in the season. He actually, you know, looked better at the plate. You know what I'm saying? And he admitted that, you know, he tweaked some things down there, working with the hitting coach down there. I forgot his name. Forgive me if I forgot his name. I wish I remember his name, the hitting coach that's on the Syracuse team. Whatever. They said that they worked with him down there with the instructors down there. And McNeil found something in the second half. Boom. Look at Alvarez this year. Alvarez, okay, he was terrible to start the season. He was in a terrible slump. They sent him down there. He worked. He got motivated. He worked with the staff down there, and he just was raking. He was raking. He all of a sudden found his power stroke. He changed his batting stance. That they even noticed it on the SNY telecast when he came back. His stance was different. Yep. And all lo and behold, Alvarez looked like himself. I feel like there is something to this situation with Chavez. I don't just the approach, like you said, swinging at pitches with the bases loaded, swinging at the first pitch so many times. I don't know, man. Soto's had some slumps this year. They're a streaky hitting team. We do know this, but I just feel like when there's smoke, there's fire. What do you think about that, Ramon?
I think that a change needs to be made with our hitting coach. I'm just going to say it. I don't care. They have way too much talent on this team. We've discussed this from the beginning, man. Like, you have Lindor. He should be batting 300. You have Nimmo should be batting 300. Soto should be batting 300. Then you have your big bopper, that Pete Alonso. You know, McNeil should be batting really well. Alvarez. Like, we have freaking players. Beatty, Vientos, Acuna Jr., Ronnie. Like, all of these guys should be batting at least like 260, 270 and above. And that's just with regular, situations. It's not even including runners in scoring position where like this is all coming from. Like their approach, like we said before, that's it hasn't worked for like the last 2 years. Why do you keep doing it that way? Like I don't get it. Like, yeah, you hope that, they are professionals and that they'll get over it and be able to do their job. But swinging at the first pitch with the bases loaded or with any runners in scoring position, it's not doing us any good. Unless you have a Barry Bonds eye where you can see that ball coming and you know that first pitch is going to be the only pitch you're going to see.
Right.
And the closest person we have to that is Juan Soto, and most of the time they walk him.
Yeah, they want nothing to do with him.
They still don't want nothing to do with him. He's still what second in the league in on base percentage?
Yes.
Second or third?
He's the league in walks, everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like they're not pitching to him. There's everyone else. And what's happening? They're first pitch swinging, ball in the dirt. Or they're swinging at three stupid ass pitches after, like you said earlier. They just walked the bases loaded, and now you're swinging at three pitches out of the zone and struck yourself out.
Exactly. It's inexcusable, bro. And I just think, like, listen, somebody got to be held accountable, man. Like, and in my opinion, that is the shakeup the team probably needed, and they still let Chavez stay. Now I don't know what I don't know, man. I just feel like there's something there. There's now a track record of this pattern now the last 2 years. Okay. And it's with our young players, you know what I'm saying, that we count on. So I think the Mets need to look into that and see maybe the approach with runners on base is the issue here. You know what I mean? And they'll get it together because listen, and listen now, our veteran players, I expect them to be who they are. And, the hitting coach can help you every now and then, but I expect you to be the back of your baseball card at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But when it's affecting our young players, that's a problem. Yeah. And I need that to be looked at going forward if I'm the Mets. You know what I'm saying? I just have to. With the last comment of the day, the baseball purist says, I am still waiting for Juan Soto to create the first Mets mode. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
You're 100%, brother.
That time on David Wright Day, I thought that ball was gone when that ball went down the line.
Yeah.
Game, they were down 5-2 in the ninth. I thought that ball was gone. But you're absolutely right, bro. As good as Juan Soto has been, it has not been to the Juan Soto standards of what is expected of Juan Soto. His average season, just his like average-ish kind of season of a Juan Soto is like a career high for other players. But the Juan Soto we're used to getting, we're expecting a little more. And it's just, to me, it's just all about runners in scoring position. If he does what he's supposed to, we're used to seeing him do a runners in scoring position, this is one of his best seasons. If you look at every other statistic, you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. and I expect before the season is over, we will get that Juan Soto moment. But
honestly, we've seen this before. Carlos Beltran. We've seen this before.
First year.
Francisco Lindor. We've seen this before. And his crappy first year is better than both those guys did combined almost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm waiting for that moment too. And you're absolutely right. And when that moment happens, I think a big weight is going to be lifted off his shoulder.
Big time.
Honestly. I think that he's playing like this. Honestly, like he's playing so stiff. And he's like, once that happens, and like when he hears like the genuine love from the fans, he's going to be like, now I could be Juan Soto. Now you're going to see the Soto shuffle all the time. You know? Now you're going to see me talking my shit. Now you're going to see me saying nice
Soto shuffle,
all that shit. Yeah.
It's going to come. But if this pitching staff doesn't get it together, it might not be this year. And that's the danger of what they put there. Their marginal error is gone now. Okay. So,
Agreed.
you know, we need this pitching staff to be better. Nolan McLean has obviously been great. As we can see real quick, I want to get into that Nolan McLean. He's been tremendous. I mean, this kid is showing that he's got the goods. Let me just pull up his numbers real quick in his first two starts. He was really good yesterday. I can't see Nolan McLean's numbers here. Oh, man.
Oh, hold on.
Out of here.
I just had him pulled up, and I just fucking minimized. My bad.
Yeah, so he looks like the real deal, and I need Springer up because he's been great. I mean, Nolan McLean last night, he became the first Mets starting pitcher. Think about this, folks. In 62 games, not named David Peterson to go 6 innings in the start. I mean, that's all you need to know of why the Mets are in the situation they're in right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is why. A rookie. The first pitcher that is not named David Peterson in 62 games, bro. And then this is why the bullpen is worn out and why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to change. Now, folks, I think we finally got one. I think we finally got one of our ace pitchers coming up. Let's see what Sproat does.
2-0, 1.46 ERA in 12 and a third innings, 15 strikeouts, and a 0.81 whip.
Tremendous.
That one right there is like the number. If you can keep that below 1, like elite pitchers do, or like close to 1, like because that's where a lot of the Mets pitchers, unfortunately, as watching them this year, they got into trouble. They don't give up a lot of hits; they give up a lot of walks.
Yeah,
they'll walk the bases, first and second, and then next thing you know, moves, Michael Harris Jr. comes up, hits a double in the gap. There's 2 runs in.
Yeah,
and then they won't give up a run for 3 innings, and then the 5th, 6th inning comes up, they give up 2 more runs, and now we're on the back foot.
Right. And that's the problem. So it's got to change, man. And listen, we're going to wrap up the show today, but the Mets enter the day leading the last wild card spot over the Reds by 1.5 games after that win last night, and the Red lost last night. But again, the Mets had a big lead. They had a big cushion. The margin of error is gone now. It's over. That's done. They are in a fight of their lives now to survive and get into the playoffs. Now, can they go on a run? Obviously they can. They have talent. But you got to do it. And it's time to do it. And they put themselves in this position. The players have coasted too long, not doing their job, and too much bad moments in the wrong times. And now they have a dogfight to get done. And let's hope they get it done. It's doable, and as we know, when it comes to playoff baseball, okay, and any sport, and for that matter, it's about a second season. When the playoffs start, it's a new season. It's all about matchups. That's what determines baseball. But it also depends on how good you're playing when the playoffs start. And the Mets have to turn it on now. They are not the type of team that could just hit the switch and just go. They have not proven themselves to be that team. They have to be playing the right way, getting the job done at the right time. Last year, they didn't have the most talented team last year, but they got hot at the right time, played well for the right time, and they made a very good run, okay? The Mets, the way they're playing, they don't deserve to make the playoffs, folks. They don't. They don't. But the good part about it is They have time to prove they are worthy. The
Mhm.
time is now.
Agreed. Couldn't agree with more.
Last
Couldn't agree
comment of the
more,
night,
brother.
Chris says, great stream, gentlemen. Hope you both have a good rest of the weekend. Salute to
You too,
Chris.
Chris. Thanks for tuning
joining
in,
us
brother.
today, man. Appreciate you. But that's going to wrap it up today, folks. Thanks to my guy Ramon for joining me on the show. As always giving that good baseball insight. You already know what it is. Shout out to you. And salute
Appreciate
to
you.
every Met fan out there that joined the show. And salute to everybody that is subscribed to the channel. And for those that are new to the channel, I ask one thing out of you, man. It's not a lot to ask, folks, but you know I got to do it. Smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports because, folks, I talk all sports. As you can see, big-time New York Mets fan. Hey, I'm not happy right now, but the Mets have an opportunity to make me very happy, and it starts now. Let's go, baby. It's time. Because as an old saying goes, it's getting late early. Okay? It's time. I saw New York Giants football. Folks, I'm so excited and hyped. I'm ready, baby. Let's go, Giants, baby.
It looks
I'm ready
like
for the Giants season to start. I'm on record, folks, and I'm going to stand 10 toes down on it. The New York football Giants are better than you think and are going to be the surprise team in the NFL this year.
Agreed.
Keep it locked because it all starts with the Washington Commanders. Y'all are full week one, baby. We coming. I can't wait for it to get started. The preseason's now over. It's now about to count down to week one. Keep it locked for that New York Giant content that you see. I talk New York Knicks basketball. Hey, training camp is coming, folks. It's coming.
Right around the corner.
It's right around the corner, believe it or not. Shit, fall is coming as well. But my fall sports are coming. You know what I'm saying? So Knicks basketball on deck. Keep it locked. Still got one more move to make from what I'm reading. Will it be Landry Shamet? We'll see. It better not be Ben Simmons. I'm just going to say that now. I don't want nothing to do with Ben Simmons on the Knicks, okay? Get that fucking guy out of here. We don't need that. We don't need that, all right? We'll see about that last roster spot with the Knicks do. Keep it locked for that New York Knicks content. I talk New York Jets football. I talk Yankee baseball. I talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Shout out to New York Mets Nation. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
Yes, sir.